Hello. Okay, so let me do a little cycle update. I planned to um, sort of update like a week ago and was unable to because I had computer issues. But anyways, that update would have been totally wrong anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Basically, we had decided to, I guess, not decide, decided isn't the word. We were thinking about possibly postponing trying to conceive until October because we have friends that want to come out and visit, and I didn't want to miss that in early May next year, and I didn't want to miss a trip with them and a visit with them. They're like our best friends in the whole world. So then I was thinking, you know what? I have been temping and I have been taking OBKs and I have seen nothing. Once again, just a reminder, I'm 14 months postpartum. I've been waiting for my cycles to return and they have not been returning. And well, I mean, they're just not haven't returned yet. And so to be honest with you, I was getting a little bit frustrated. I think temping is difficult because it's a reminder every morning, right, that nothing's happening. So I was getting really, really frustrated. And I sort of had stopped taking a lot of OBKs because I was like, nothing's happening, so just forget about it. So I was like taking them sporadically, whereas like the month of July, or yeah, July, for example, I've been taking them quite frequently, hoping for things to come back. However, I was noticing a lot of my symptoms, fertility symptoms, sort of kick up. So probably 2 weeks or so ago, I started noticing things come kicking up. Now, if you've never been in my situation, which is breastfeeding and waiting for your cycles to return, you know that you might not know that essentially your body gears up to ovulate and then doesn't, kind of over and over and over again, until your prolactin levels dip low enough in your body for the other hormones to prevail, like progesterone and luteinizing hormone. So once that happens, once that threshold is kind of met, then your body goes ahead and ovulates. So I had noticed my symptoms kick up about 2 weeks ago, but it wasn't something new or unusual because I've basically been feeling like I've been PMSing since my daughter was 10 months old. So 4 months of my body continually trying to kickstart things. So I was thinking, you know what, I had become pretty cynical, and I was like, yeah, okay, I have symptoms, but whatever, nothing's gonna happen. It's whatever. So I had become disillusioned, obviously. And then on Thursday last week, so this is the 17th, Thursday, I that evening I had been talking, my sister-in-law was over and we were talking about, she's beginning to start trying now as well. And we were talking about it. And so after she left, I thought, well, let me take an OPK. So I took one that evening. My husband had just gotten home, and I got digital packs, the clear blue advanced digitals, which I'd never used before, and I decided I needed because scrutinizing this line on the little cheap dipsticks was becoming so annoying. So I was like, because I'd taken so many, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna get it digital. So I got it, and I was like, well, I have it. Let me just, whatever. So I take it, I put it down, we go eat dinner. I come back up to the bathroom and it's a static smiley face, which is, if you've taken the It Clear Blue Advanced Digital, is your peak fertility. And I was like, wait, what? Like, what? So the day before I had also taken it and it was negative. Now, I know I'm saying that I wasn't taking OPKs and you're saying, well, you took them 2 days in a row. Well, I had stopped and then I started again. So anyway. So there's a static smiley, and I had to get out the pamphlet because I was like, wait a second, what does that mean? So I get out the pamphlet and I'm like, oh my God, that means peak fertility. And I looked at my husband and I was like, we got to try, like, we got to do this. I'm like, it's peak fertility, like, let's go. And, because we had discussed possibly postponing till October. My husband was a little reluctant. He's like, well, are you sure? I mean, I thought you wanted to wait. And I explained that I have endometriosis, and me not having a cycle is in the best interest of our family, because of my health. I have a serious form of endometriosis. I can get into my health story another time, but things have not worked out well for me because of endometriosis. So I said, it would be kind of better if I went ahead and got pregnant right away instead of trying to have a cycle. Now, of course, it's either it will happen or it won't happen. But I was saying we should try for that. And he agreed. So we went ahead. So then it was like, well, you get a positive OPK, but are you going to really ovulate? And that again can happen. But I had not had any positive OPKs up until now. I had kind of almost a positive, and then it would go back light, and then almost a positive, and then it would go back light. So I wasn't convinced. I was pretty convinced when I actually saw a positive that I was going to ovulate, but you can't, you just don't know. So the preceding couple of days, I had massive ovulation symptoms. Like I felt sick, cramping, fatigue, really a lot of pressure, and just like totally out of sorts. Like my daughter sat down on my stomach, and I like yelped in pain because it hurt so bad. And I was like, whoa, like my body's really going through this. And it hasn't ovulated in, 2 years, so I get it. So anyways, I was fairly positive that I had ovulated based on how I had felt. And then I think it was technically my temperature started going up the next day, the 18th, but it didn't really spike like it's supposed to, so I don't really know what that means. I'm in a situation where I'm just waiting to see because there's nothing else I can do. So there are people that are slow risers, meaning that your temperature doesn't kind of spike up drastically. It kind of slowly slopes up, and you can get pregnant in that situation too. It can also signify that you have low progesterone, especially if it dips back to cover line, which I don't know. I'm waiting to see. Today, this morning, it got even higher. So it's not high. It's not to the point where I would want it to be, but it's kind of heading that direction. So I'm hopeful. I'm taking B12 and a B complex to try to, beef up my progesterone and not progesterone, my whole luteal phase. I had taken progesterone cream a couple cycles ago, not cycles ago, well, when I was trying with my daughter. I noticed I had a shorter luteal phase. I didn't have a short luteal phase, I just had a shorter luteal phase. And so I got some progesterone cream and tried that out. It, I think, sort of backfired for me because it ended up sustaining a pregnancy that was a miscarriage. So I kind of don't want to take the progesterone cream I have. I want to see what my body plans to do. So, we are in the 2-week wait now. So I'm like so happy. I can't believe I'm saying this because I was like positive it was just not going to happen. Like I told my sister-in-law that day, I was like, yeah, nothing's going to I probably will get pregnant in November, December, maybe if I'm lucky, because like it's not happening. So it happened. And that's amazing. So I'm trying to focus on being excited that my body has started cycling again, whether or not that means I'll actually get pregnant this first cycle. Things have started to proceed, and I didn't have to completely wean my daughter. We still are nursing twice a day. It's mostly for comfort reasons. I'm still producing some milk, but it's a really, really tiny amount. And so she's not really nursing for nutritional value at all anymore. I don't fill up, it's just there's really pretty much no milk. But I'm still stimulating my body and asking it to produce a tiny bit of milk every day. So yeah, so let me show you my OPKs. I am drinking, so in the 2-week wait, I am drinking my fertility that has Vitex in it. I also started taking a Vitex supplement, which I should have shown you guys. And I just didn't think I was getting enough Vitex with the tea. I take 2 cups of this tea a day. If you watched my video about trying to conceive with breastfeeding, you would know that. And I started taking 1 Vitex pill a day as well. And I don't know if it's a coincidence that just probably a week after I started doing that, I did actually ovulate. So you just never know, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry. The computer went dark. Okay, anyhow, here's my OPK. Sorry, my daughter did get a hold of this. So it's a little bit messed up. But you can see right here, I did actually ovulate. Right there is my positive. Bam. And the next day it got quite a bit darker, but they tell you to follow your very first positive. And you're supposed to ovulate 12 to 36 hours after your first positive OPK. And like I said, I believe I ovulated the following day, the 18th. That's just what I think. Fertility friend doesn't agree with me. It thinks I ovulated on the 17th. So honestly, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I am kind of hunkering down. I am having a couple of symptoms. The major, like number one symptom I've had pretty much since all of this started is sore, sensitive, and tingling nipples, particularly this guy. And that is an ovulation symptom for me. That's a pregnancy symptom for me. So it's not unusual for it to be happening now in the 2-week wait, really. I guess. I don't know. I'm going to try not to symptom spot too much. I'm going to try not to obsess too much. We're kind of just get busy with life and let things happen as they do. And so, yeah. Wish me luck, guys. I will update you soon. Bye.